Alright, welcome into this next game of International 2013. We're gonna be doing commentary upon, so it's a TongFu against Orange, and this game's been chosen because there's a very specific hero close to my heart, and it's gonna be Timber, so I can spoil it. And I'm gonna get into the Timber, so I think maybe in a separate video, because he's very interesting hero of this tournament. I definitely like his performances, but his performances is varying. He's varying based on where he is and what matchup he has against him. So this one is definitely gonna be different maybe than the others, but I want to start with this one as a Timber showcase of how... I'm not gonna say to like if you haven't seen, I guess there's gonna be some people that haven't seen this match specifically, so I don't want to spoil anything, but of course there are two different performances of Timber. So one is gonna be, okay, he doesn't get much. He doesn't get much, he's on a hard lane, he's kind of a drag of a team. He doesn't have that much damage output and levels. Then there's the other one, which, by the way, day one of Timbersaw release, I played him 6 times in a row on a mid. I won 5, sorry, I've played 5 times in a row. I won 5 times in a row, 5 mids, as a Timbersaw solo. And then some people in the comments are like, come on man, there are no trees on mid, why would you play Timbersaw? You can't tree them, what the hell? And here we are in 2013 International, and people that watch me like can confirm that like regularly, that I was playing this Timbersaw on a stream 5 times in a row on the mid, and I won every single of these games. And here we are in the International 2013, and Timbersaw is played specifically in the second game of the tournament, maybe in the first game later on, he's played specifically on the mid. And of course I did it differently. I had a Timbersaw. I want to talk about the Timbersaw a little bit in the beginning. We're gonna get into the drafts and the little picks very soon. But I picked Timbersaw as a glass cannon. I picked just the abilities to pure damage. You know why? Because of the day one. Right now I would pick it different. I would pick it more defensively because people play more aggressively. They understand his ability. But day one it was a different thing. So, but I played him very much similar to how they are playing him. First, of course, we're rolling death, but we're gonna get into it. So later on, right now we are starting with the TongFu against Orange. Bans are OD, which is the most annoying hero to lane against. And OD has performance-wise, it kind of varies too. It's of course every single time on the mid, it's the best thing in the world. The guy on the mid doesn't have mana for his spells. It's annoying to bother crowd when you don't have mana for your spells, for your main nukes, for example. Could be like a Beastmaster. He doesn't have mana for Axis. Like he has Bottle, but he has 100 mana. He needs 20 more mana, he can't get it. So that's the OD, most annoying thing on the lane. Not the best thing, let's say, sometimes when he's being ganked and pressured. Like his ulti doesn't do anything at some point when he's not like really leveled with a lot of items. So OD can be kind of a tricky. Definitely on the lane ridiculous, but later on, it may vary. He's definitely not invincible later on. Vintage could be next ban, which is, I think, the best support in the game so far. Picked all the games, or banned all the games. Definitely the most picked hero in the tournament, I think, right now. So, Vintage definitely will receive the nerf hammer very soon. On the other team, we have Weaver, which was definitely successful. Navi combination. And Weaver definitely is not the carry of the tournament, but which I think is an ace right now. But the Weaver is very close. Weaver definitely very close. His survivability, and he can just gain farm everywhere. It seems like there's nothing they manage people to like pick to stop it. You need to pick specifically to stop the Weaver, and that can kind of limit you in the other areas. You need like a lot of stuns maybe, a lot of disables, and still he can. We see a lot of situations where Weaver just time lapses with 10, like 50 HPs, and you're like, I wasted fucking everything, and he's again on my ass, and he puts spiders on my ass or bugs on my ass again. Like that's very annoying as a support to play against it when he time lapses. Like okay, I wasted everything, and he has everything actually right now. So that's a Weaver. If you have a Bad Rider, Negasired, and Darkseer, and on the other team it's a Razor and Nature's Prophet. So basically, what would you expect? I have to say, Darkseer is for me the kind of a key hero in a lot of these tournaments. A lot of these matches in this tournament. The Vacuum Replicate well, is really a fucking strong combo, and it works with so many other things that you need just one more thing to that Replicate, and it's almost a team win. Of course, if the other team doesn't have BKB, you need some core items on him. Of course, usually it's a first item is a mech. And then people going for 2 items. It's a dagger or it's a BKB. Something that will ensure your certain initiation, because it is that important as a Darkseer. But we're gonna see him. Pick-wise, we have Lifestealer, Dragonite, and a Chen from TongFu. Chen, of course, being my favorite hero. So, of course, Chen is played a little bit different than I play him, because here, of course, he can get the lane when there's nobody contesting it for his carry. And if he's not running aggressively into the enemy jungle, what he has to left farm, effectively farm to like a level 5 to get 2 creeps. He's not like enchanters that he can farm and help on the mid, for example, with like the Harpy with lighting, or the Satyr to get like a regen plus the nuke. So he cannot really help in the beginning. He needs to get to level 5 to kind of help with 2 creeps. We have Rubik as the next one. Definitely Rubik being kind of second support with the Visage. Almost we see like Rubik, Visage. These type of combinations are very successful a lot of times. On the other team, Orange is Alchemist, which I think is hero that can contest anything in the game. I've seen games right now at this tournament that the Alchemist was just like, they were behind, but Alchemist was still like the only guy. The only thing was the Alchemist in that game, and you know what? It actually worked. It actually turned the game because the amount of farm that he could be getting. So it can be, you know, free farm, it can be Midas, it can be into the battlefield immediately. Good thing is having Magnus with him. Like, I think that really works out very well. You have the concoction. Usually, if there's something that can bring these guys together on the concoction hit, could be Darkseer too, that's a big thing too, with the Alchemist, could be Magnus, so something like that really, you know, makes the hero way effective in a sense of a stun. And then of course Empower on him, and he just hits area effect in these type of stunts, and it's really, really amazing to play Alchemist that is farmed. Not really stoppable with the Azalt Kiras. He has like enough attack speed to actually go through everything. We see Leshrac as the next big Windrunner. Of course, it's gonna be on a solo offlane. Many ways to play solo offlane Windrunner. She can be on the Ancients. She has good attack speed to do it. So the team has to kind of commit maybe a lot in the sense of Windrunner. And I'm happy that we see Windrunner. I was kind of not scared, but I just want to see some certain heroes, and in this tournament I'm seeing them. I'm seeing these heroes played, so definitely I'm excited about Windrunner, because Wind is still Wind. She still has the shackles, she still has a very effective ability, so I'm definitely very happy about that. So next ban is a Gyrocopter, which could be the aggressive tri-lane, because Alchemist of course is going to be on the mid. It's going to be tri-lane with some certain carry that they're going to pick right now. Bane, Leshrac, pretty good setup, so let's see what they're gonna pick. Orange, what they're gonna pick. So that's the last pick. The last pick for TongFu is additional support, of course, or support, not support. Sorry, easy lane, offlane. Sorry, offlane, fucking offlane. All right, we'll see what it's gonna be. I have to say, like, I don't know, like for me, I like to see Windrunner being successful, so I'll have to kind of give it to Orange so far to pick. And we'll see. You know, Shackle Shot is still Shackle Shot. Like, it's an amazing ability that it will, if you position it correctly, or if you are not in position of correctness, or if you are not positioned that is correct as an opponent team, it can fuck you. It can just fuck you. You're gonna be in a position to latch your main carry to yourself with a Shackle Shot, and you're like, you doomed everybody. You doomed everybody. So still, Shackle Shot can be the big surprise, I think, in a team fight. It still can happen. Of course, we know why the Razor is picked. Sorry, Razor is banned. That's because Snakes. He doesn't want to lose any damage. DK also with the BKB, he would be losing the damage. Razor is definitely very effective. He doesn't. That's the thing about Razor. Like, he doesn't seem to do much in the sense of like killing or anything. He's just there. He seems with the static link, but that's enough. Like, that's enough to steal the damage. And it kind of is behind the scene almost. But like, it's always like, oh, Razor stole the damage. But the main point is the other guy doesn't have the damage then. So he cannot even hit anybody. And, you know, Nakes and DKs, definitely heavy hitting lineup. So Razor would be definitely great against them. Plus, of course, Bane, that's additional disable. Double disable, actually. You cannot BKB away the minus damage from Bane. You cannot Manta style it anymore. So it definitely is very strong. Plus, of course, Fiend's Grip. So last pick for TongFu is going to be Puck, of course, as I said, for that offlane. DK is going to be on the mid against Alchemist, which can go either way. Alchemist is very strong. It doesn't like, it wouldn't seem so, but he has that acid spray that lowers your armor, just pushes you naturally away. And of course, this is a very defensive type of tournament play, so we're gonna have extreme amount of Boiler Crows. So dying on the mid, one-on-one, DK against Alchemist, it's not gonna probably happen. There's gonna be enough Boiler Crow to kind of go back and forth. Basically, that's what's gonna be happening. I'm hoping for like aggressive tri-lane against aggressive tri-lane. There's a Chen, Rubik, and Lifestealer. It would be against Bane, Leshrac, and the last pick of theirs, which I'm not gonna sure what's gonna be. It's actually gonna be, okay, it's a Timbersaw. Alright. So, interestingly enough, Timbersaw could go mid, and Alchemist could be on solo with his tri-lane, just farming effectively. Because I still think Wind is viable on a hard lane. I don't think Win should be going anywhere else than a solo off. I think that's her lane. Like, she can choose, as I said, to go on the Ancients or to be on the lane. She can choose these type of gameplay styles, and the team has to commit. Like, if there's a Rubik and Chen, they have to commit then. They have to commit to kind of cancel that against that Ancient game with the ward or anything, so she can still be very annoying just being, there. Alright. So we have to see the lanes. Like, I'm not sure. As you see, Alchemist is going on bottom. So Alchemist is not going to be getting on a mid. We have to kind of see what's going to be happening. Maybe he's going to be getting to the mid. I'm kind of hoping that the Timbersaw will be getting to the mid. I would like to see that, but I'm not really sure from this game if it's going to happen. So we have to see a few seconds in. Alright. Yeah, sentries, wards, the classic stuff. They're going on a bot lane to kind of catch up somebody. Which isn't going to happen. As you can see, they're kind of being careful about it. Ooh. Or not. They have telekinesis, but the follow-up, I don't think, like, range-wise it would happen, honestly. It's just, range limited. Range very much limited, so maybe. There's a full vision right now. Like, range-wise, they are not there yet, the TongFu, for this one. Yeah, they saw him. They're gonna be going back. I'm kind of wondering, I think Chen might be going aggressive right now. So there's a ward for the second pull. They could be controlling this one, so they don't mind. Actually, second there's a ward too, but they have sentries, so they can devour this. They don't have sentries? Wow. Okay, never mind. They don't have sentries. So Timbersaw is on the mid. Okay, that's of course very successful. He's of course getting the rolling death as always on the mid for Lazit, and limiting the damage of the opponent. It's very good. So it's gonna be like I said. It's gonna be regen. Fuck it. Nobody needs it. I kind of said there's no sentries for Orange. Is there a sentry coming? There's no sentry. There's a sentry coming. Alright. Cool. Because that would be... They of course saw this ward, but they have to kind of guess the second ward. Alright? I don't think anything's gonna happen. So it's a Nake's on the mid, and DK is gonna be farming. And I think it's a smart choice. I think honestly it's a smart choice because Nake's can be the one to be overly aggressive because he has lifesteal. Of course, Ryder doesn't seem so because there are two heroes on him, but he can be the overly aggressive one. It seems like they are giving up the top lane. That the Winter will be kind of supporting the mid. Maybe going Ancients right now. We'll see. The problem is for the bot lane that they have one set of sentries. So the ward can be anywhere. We know it's not here. It can be here. It can be here. So let's see where they're gonna put the sentry. Let's see where they're gonna put the sentry because it's gonna be very important. If it's gonna be here, it's not gonna be reaching this direction. So he knows the camp is blocked there. He has to choose. Okay, there's no vision for the D ward. Yep, that's what I was completely afraid of. They don't get D ward on either of these. On either of these, they don't see it. They don't see it. So this is very annoying. He might be kind of wondering like where it is, but that's all the places that it is. Here, and here. There's no more places. So right now he knows there's not going to be any sentries, there's going to be any pulling, so these two guys have to just leech XPs of the Alchemist, which he could be getting for free, just one guy just standing here basically against the puck for some time. So that's definitely not the best thing they could do right now. That sentry here cost them something. As you can see, Winter's already building towards getting or killing this camp, securing the top lane rune, which is going to be happening also from the other side. There's an the illusion. Okay. So far this game, like Timbersaw, as you can see, like he's pressuring the snakes very much. So with the Bottler Crow, he is very good on this lane. So as you see, he even is that comfortable against this hero that he picks Whirling Death level 2. Usually would get maybe level 2 of reactive armor right now, but he's so comfortable that he's doing this. But still I don't understand it. There are no trees on the mid. How he can play here? Maybe he doesn't need trees. And if he needs to dive, he's diving here where are trees. So it's a perfect position. Level 6, you're diving here. You're not diving anywhere else. So that is a mushy, but we'll see how that goes. So far, of course, he has the lead against Snakes on a CS, but so far that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes Snakes is played on hard lane too, so this is okay position for Snakes. Not gonna win solo. Not gonna be solo. There could be some ganks going from a jungle. They have perfect setup as a Chen and a Rubik. They have perfect setup for this one. So there's a gank from behind from the orange. Of course, it's a puck, so it can be dangerous. They could force with the concoction. They could force the phase shift, which would be very good, very easy setup with the Nightmare and stun, and later on just a kill, but it's not easy kill. It's not easy kill, they have to really perform well for this one. So the creep is pushing, Oh, he's going into trees, yep. There's nothing they can do about this. He can just get away very easily. There's no stun going on, so this was kind of a waste of time, plus the Leshrac, or this guy's gonna receive a lot of damage. Okay, he's taking the damage for his support, because he's the only one who can take the damage. But still, that was not the best option here. Alright, so we have a push on the top lane. Of course, DK got kind of what he kind of needed, level 5. Just being completely solo on that lane, which is nothing we can tell about Alchemist. He's level 4. He's definitely behind. Right now, Wind, as you can see, level 2 is going for top lane. She has boots, so at least she has some sort of movement speed to avoid something, but this tower will go down. There's no Basils. There's no Basils yet, so this tower is being kind of, contested so far. It's still being contested by the Wind, because there's no Basils. So the lane will be not pushing that fast, but at least it's a bad thing that 4 minutes in, the tower is going down, and nobody gets the lost. But the Wind at least can get some certain levels from here. They can't really get it further. So there's an initiation, there's a stun. Immediate convection is going to be happening right now. And that's an easy kill, easy setup. And King J will be the first blood. So the Nightmare definitely works pretty well. 4 seconds prep up for perfect stun that you can have as a Leshrac. Of course, it's limiting this stun because obviously the range increases with the levels. So which means the level 1 is not so good. It's not so good. You don't have the movement speed in the beginning. He didn't have boots. He wouldn't have boots in the beginning, so this is a perfect setup for him. So it was a good kill. Good kill. They are doing fairly good on the mid. Of course, right now the last are kind of the same, but yeah, I'm not really sure who it favors. Like, it favors Timbersaw in the sense of levels for me, because he just works off the levels very well. Of course, Nyx has the lifesteal, so he can just destroy Timbersaw right now. He actually is forced to get Timber Chain, which right now failed, which is not really expected. Wow. Wow. That was not there. That was not there, Timber Chain. And you know what? That's the thing I'm actually seeing a lot of times. Like, they are not performing so well. At least day one. Day one with the Timbersaw, these teams weren't performing so great. Day 2 was, I think, better. So, you can see. For people that play Timbersaw, they know, or any other hero actually, if you click on the Timbersaw, you have a cursor, like a target. If it goes too far away that you don't have the target, it turns to like a running guy, like a movement. If you have the target, it's like a purple target. So he would have to know by that point that he's getting it, or clicking on it. He would escape maybe. If he bottled in these attacks, like he could escape. But definitely that didn't happen, so we got that kill. DK is free farming on top lane, getting the soul ring, so he wants to be very effective on the top lane, just spamming the shit out of the breath fire, or brave fire, so it's gonna be happening. CS wise, of course, it's pretty even on both ends. Of course, Wind and a Puck can kind of share the disappointment of their lanes. Puck is, I think, a little bit in a better position because his ulti is way superior in the sense of ganking than a Wind. Right now, of course, Nyx is getting the advantage level 8, like there's nothing this guy can do. Full level of open wounds, that's gonna be huge because of course the lifesteal is ridiculous from that point, so like, he cannot do any damage. He just needs, right now I think, the arcane boots and do something in other lane. Nyx definitely was a good pickup, and that's the disadvantage of the Timbersaw. If there's a magic unit against you, or if you are silenced, or if you turn into Piglet, there's nothing you can do. There's a gang, DK with a stun, very easy, open wounds, that's gonna be big setup, and Timbersaw is gonna die. That's not gonna matter anything. There's too many heroes against him. There's a nice Shaco Shot, but it's level 1 already, so... or only. So nothing could happen there too. That's a big thing when they are killing their mid, and I think the Nyx was a really smart pickup, because that kind of showcases the weakness of the Timbersaw, because Nyx can just turn on you and lifesteal back his HPs right now. Chen being very annoying, he has the stun, so he's being very annoying to the Bane. Bane level only 2, and Leshrac level 4, so he's gonna be stun. He missed the stun. Wow, Alchemist is there with Concoction, he can get actually nobody right now so far. He may be choosing Rubik. There's a Timbersaw, so he's gonna be sniping Rubik very easily. Is there gonna be follow-up? There's just one kill after another, but there's nothing they can like chase people with, it seems. So this is not so great actions, I have to say. So tower will be denied by the Bane, but yeah, TongFu is still in a good position right now. Very good position. So Chen will be finishing with level 6. Puck, of course, gain the free farm right now, so he can get level 6 very easily, which is gonna be very important for him. There's a huge stack for the Alchemist, but we have DK with certain soul rings, so they can get it, but these guys like should be there already. But there's a 3-man team going on with the ulti of a pack, so they cannot do anything about it. Of course, this is DD on an X, so this is a free XPs and gold for the team of TongFu. Unfortunately enough, that's not what these people wanted them to give. Of course, Bane right now is completely underleveled, and that is the pull. That is the pull, that is the beginning that they kind of misplaced. That was very important. The nice pack ulti, very important one. Silence on 3, of course level 1 only, but this guy's just plowing through them. Of course, as you can see, the Timbersaw cannot do anything about the snakes. Any damage that he will do will be healed too. Right now, Slashrock is trying to do something. It's still 1 kill on a Bane. Bane is not that important anymore. He doesn't have even boots. There's a Dragon form, more movement speed. He can actually stun right now because he has mana for Soul Ring. Will there be a stun? Will there be a slow? Will there be anything for the Alchemist? Very, very fast. It doesn't seem anything will be following up. No. They're going back. They got their kill on Bane, which he's back, by the way, immediately. Without boots, because he bought a TP immediately. So, this Bane is in a deep shit right now. As a team fight right now, he doesn't have anything. Like, the Nightmare doesn't mean anything. Like, Chen has a creeps. Chen can remove it with creeps, if he needs to, of course. So, instantly. Like, it's not good. It's not really good. Plus, of course, Rage Snakes can remove it immediately. He rages and clicks the guy. Because he's raged, Nightmare's not affecting him, so he can just go through it. So I think that's a pretty smart thing from TongFu to put that Nakes on the mid. Definitely, Timbersaw wasn't ready for this, I have to say. I think maybe the skill build could be different in this type of engagement on the mid. But it's pretty classic, like maxing the Whirling Death on the mid and getting 2 reactive armors. He get 1 because he was like, fuck, I cannot escape because open wounds. There's the initiation again. See? Nightmare cannot do anything. He is again Nightmare himself, which can be actually cancelled immediately, so nothing he can do about it. Timbersaw being completely useless, I have to say. There's a heal from Chen. Nothing they can do. And Alchemist is building Battle Fury. He's behind on effectiveness because of Battle Fury. He is Congregation level 3, that's all great, but he cannot contest this, definitely not. And with their supports being completely underleveled, and of course they were leeching, if you remember, XP from him. So, yeah. Didn't work out so well. I think they should just, like, they were like, okay, we need Win to pull this, but Win got level 2 from this, and Bane didn't get any level from the pool. There was nobody to contest it. There was no, like, aggressive Chen play in the jungle with, like, Rubik roaming into the bottom. There was just Puck sitting. There was just sitting on the side lanes, dying, sure, once with the Nightmare combo. With the perfect combo, yes, he's gonna die. But that pull was very important, so saving that second sentry, I think, or buying another one, which you can't, so saving that sentry, the second one, I think was very important, which he didn't do. So that definitely cost him, I think. Which is like interesting, like saying that, like cost him the game. But if you're mid, he's not doing so great. Okay, right now he's going for actually mech, which is understandable because nobody else can right now get the mech, and nobody else will. So he's getting that mech so they can at least try something win a team fight. Of course, Alchemist being extremely behind. This is extremely behind Alchemist in this type of game. We have there's a gank, smoke gank. They can be ulti timber, so he has a timber chain. But of course he can't run that far. There's a silence. That's the additional thing against timber, so silence the perfect thing. There's a Gog action, not really avoiding it. Doesn't have a fish shift. Ulti from a pipe, very nice one. He's breaking it. There's a shackle shot on an eggs, but it's a very low level. Level 1 still. Level 5 Enchantress. Nothing they can do about this. I think Orange played themselves in kind of a bad spot, I have to say. Bad spot. And yeah, so back to the point, if you have Timber, saw that, okay, he's not going to be doing such a good job on the mid, fine. At least you should have a pull. At least you should have your support getting the full XPs from a pool. And of course denying the XPs, because Alchemist can take it. Alchemist can Acid Spray under tower, he has Tower Shield, he can take the damage. He built towards Battle Fury, he's building towards regen, so he can take the heat from the creeps himself. So you should just abuse the pull against Puck. Definitely you can. You have perfect setup for it. If he comes, you kill him. So that for me was the biggest thing. It's the one thing, but that was for me the biggest thing. Pop. Of course, this guy, Chen, being level as high as he is. Interestingly enough, he finished his Arcane Boot first, because nobody else, or Rubik, got the Arcane Boot. They were like, we are not receiving any damage. Why get mech first, when we can just rotate our spells and basically go through every single tier 2 tower on the map, uncontested? Okay. I'm kind of worried. Like they don't have anything. Like Timbersaw, like fine, he's level 8, but he doesn't have the mana that he needs. Like Timbersaw needs some certain mana pool. People, by the way, building the Bloodstones. Like again, people are like, "Why are you building Bloodstone, man? Such a bad item. Like, what is this?" And then like every fucking pro in the tournament like goes towards a Bloodstone, and it plays Timbersaw on a mid, which I did, you know, in release day. It's like, okay, well maybe you should watch Dota 1 competitive sometimes. As I did basically previously. That's why I played Timbersaw on the mid the first day. So, yeah. A lot of things from Dota 1, by the way, still. Right now, of course, it's not played, but when it was actually still played, kind of a 2011, let's say, maybe 2012, a lot of things are getting into Dota with these heroes that they are coming right now. Because Timbersaw, I saw him in many tournaments, or, you know, competitive teams playing him on the mid in Dota 1. I watched, like, you know, 5 replays of that, so. And months, I would say even a year later, it comes to Dota 2. So we have Shadowblade on a DK. We will have very soon Blink on a puck. Of course, Rubik, he has money, he has even Nightmare. Like, he's better than Bane. Bane, Fiend's Grip, let's say if he has it. He doesn't, like, I'm not surprised. Like, I said it just as a joke. He doesn't have the Fiend's Grip, he's level 4. That's so limiting. Like, if they were able to disable Nakes. Of course, Rubik is... As we were talking about counters, like in the first game, as I casted, we were talking about counters with the Rubik, like Enigma, Magnus. Rubik is great against Bane too, because Bane is very static with the spells when he gets the ulti off. Rubik can be like, okay, I steal the ulti. He can turn the fight, and Rubik is better with the ulti than Bane. Rubik has a better, I think, positioning from that point than a Bane has. And of course, in this game, it applies even twice. So they gotta get the free Roshan, of course. Nyx is gonna probably take it. It seems like the Nyx is the crazy one to go with like straight away. Of course, Mu is, I would say, safe in the background. He never will get to the point of just running in, I think. So there's Aegis on the Nyx. He can get the Dragon form and stun it in a distance, so that's gonna be happening, of course. So Timbersaw, he's very far away from mech, if he doesn't have it already, which he doesn't. So very far from mech. Not that it matters that much for a team, because this is a very underwhelming game, I have to say. And I kind of wanted to put it out there as a... right now you know what this type of Timbersaw is. I expected this Timbersaw to be hardline when I thought they lost the game. Okay, there's initiation on the Mushi. He doesn't have a Timbersaw on level enough, so there's also a silence, so he cannot do anything about that. I would even guess like this Timbersaw, if I just look at the preview for like statistics, I would even guess that this is going to be a hard lane Timbersaw, but it's not. It's from mid, so I think it could be played better. Which I think definitely we're gonna show you later on with the other games. So they're just going through the motions, through the towers. We have no tier 2 towers left. King J has a lifesteal in himself. He's gonna jump in. Doesn't matter, he can go for Alchemist. He has Battle Fury. He's nothing other than ulti, he has nothing to actually contest this. So Bane level 5. Very sad. Leshrac level 5, just boots. These people just bit boots. That's not gonna be Shackle Shot. Of course, there's an explosion coming, but unfortunately on himself. Timbersaw still can kind of defend to a point because he doesn't have that much mana, so a lot of chakrams will be that's gonna stop like 2 creep waves, that's it. But it seems like TongFu, they don't need to haste, they don't need to haste descent. They can wait a little bit, they can creep, they can get more items, because that's what Dota is about, right? Getting more items. It's always comfortable to kill people in 2 hits rather than 5, right? Definitely there's no reason right now to not do anything, by the way. Oh, this is it. This is the turnaround, or not. It's like, oh, we can still push, like, it's okay. Let's see if there's gonna be some interesting action coming from behind. So Alchemist is gonna be coming from up front, which is the only one who can with the Alde. There's a Chen being caught off guard, there's no Shackle Shot being clashed, so... There's a nice silence, we got 2 in ulti. Leshrac immediately TPing, but that's not gonna be helping him. Vinrana is being able to PDP away. Rubik finishing off the Bane, and that's gonna be... It's amazing how... Smoke action, level 5 supports, well, it's not so great. Tornado, of course. I like Chen, Chen is such a fucking good hero, man. I think it's kind of showing again in this tournament that Chen is really superior, I think, hero in a jungle. It's just really good control, and... The creeps that he's sustainable. He has these creeps forever. So I really like Chen. There's little damage, as a spray, of course, doing some certain damage, but Chen can kind of heal it up in a second. Or he has still ulti. There's a Chamber saying, nice shackle from a creep, does an immediate heal. Of course, How is going immediately into the battle, he can just destroy the Alchemist immediately, which he's actually doing. Immediately popping up in an infestation to do most damage. Mu is doing damage against Timber, so of course the reactive armor is doing kind of a decent job with the armor. 11, of course, plus. Right now the resistance is way higher than it should be on a hero like that. Pat it down. Nope, send back. There he goes. So far we have one-sided matches. Like, I was not really expecting. I didn't see these matches. Like, I saw other matches. They were more even than these matches. Like, it seems like hard to say, but there are mistakes done. Like, this is not like TongFu playing brutally amazingly. Like, Pac was just on a bot lane, just like, okay, I'm gonna wait here for a while. Winstron was like on his top lane, like, okay, I'm gonna wait here for a while too. And I'm gonna get Ancients, like, it sounds like a good plan. She got level 2, Pac got like level 4 against Rylane. So it didn't work out. And I think Wind is capable of doing a better job in the laning stage. Of course they have Chen like from behind, it's just difficult. But I think the most thing is the supports. Nobody talks about them until they are not farmed or XP'd to the appropriate levels. It's like, yeah, he feigns grips. We can't say that. I can't say that right now because he doesn't have it. He fucked up the. Yeah, as a team, decision-wise, he should ask like, should I use the sentry or do you know where they sentry? No, it's okay. We need to keep it to both sentries because we don't know. We don't know. It can be tricky, and it was tricky. That's why the sentries are so important for the bot lane. They just are. Even from public standpoint, like this will happen to you if you don't have sentries. Okay, so buy sentries. So the slow push, they have so much money from these towers. Of course, the gold grabs are going to be insane. 12k on the XPs and gold is like 16k. Yeah, it's incredible. As you can see, like there's nothing they did. Like there's not a change from the beginning till the end. It's a continuous thing. There's of course the initiation of a Pac. Timbersaw is being silenced a little bit. He doesn't have Timber Chain in a level to hook him to anything. So he's going to be dying, of course, as the whole team. Timber trying buybacking, but that's not going to change anything. Still, Alchemist with the Battle Fury only. Doesn't do anything. There's a net slow. There's a concoction. Lifesteal has a right now rage, so he can pop it if he wants to. There's a heal from a Chen. They are getting Hao in the decent point of being dead. But right now, of course, he has the Aegis, so nothing he can do about that. The opponent team, of course. There's a slow Timber Chain again being eaten up by the Hao very easily. Right now, he actually survived that bit with the Bay Nightmare. But the Bay Nightmare finally has a Fiend's Grip. He can do something. Use it on a creep. Oh, orange. Level 6. I trusted them. I trusted them on these level 6. Where is it going? What? This game was kind of weird, I have to say. Alright, at least, like, I'd like to show the Timbersaw that is not working, to show the Timbersaw that is working, and maybe show the Timbersaw. I fetish for Timbersaw, by the way, because you know what? People finally playing it. Like, I would like to play it, or I'd play it, so I'm very happy. But everybody will be like, oh, Timbersaw on mid right now. It's a normal thing, man. I knew about it. Come on, man. Like, it's just so obvious. I think it's gonna be happening a lot on the publics right now, but that's cool. Yeah, big mistake on that ward. Supports. These underleveled supports, like, that's a pain. Of course, Chen, like that's the jungle. That's the jungle. You can just gain the levels in the jungle easily. And then just push. As you can see, Chen didn't die even. Chen is a really good hero, I have to say. And I'm kind of glad that it's turning out to be in this tournament that Chen is, I think, superior to the Enchantress. For me, at least. The whole perspective, I think Chen is actually a better hero. Like, way better hero in this tournament than Ench. And I like that. So thanks for watching. This was a game TongFu against Orange. And, yeah. Few mistakes in the beginning, kind of turned into just snowball, complete snowball. Wait for the game with Timbersaw of kind of opposite type of a gameplay, because I think it's gonna be interesting to see the opposite type of a behavior from a Timbersaw.